A former NBA player has confessed to the unthinkable. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about former NBA player Chance Comanche confessing to being involved with the death of 23-year-old Mariana Rogers, and he committed this gruesome act with his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend, Sakari Herndon. Now, before I go any further into the story, may Mariana Rogers rest in peace and prayers out to her family. The NBA player, and to say NBA player might be a little bit of a stretch. He played one game in the league with the Portland Trail Blazers earlier this year. He normally plays with the NBA G League, which is their minor league. He also played overseas in Turkey for a brief period of time. He's most recently been playing for the Stockton Kings G League team. Now, this guy and the girl met a year and a half ago in a dating app. Now, he's 27, she's 19, a year and a half ago. You do the math, but I digress. Apparently, there was some history between Mariana Rogers and Sakari Herndon. Apparently, Herndon had stolen the Rolex watch from Rogers, and they lived together for a brief period of time. And then there was also allegations, well, maybe it's public record now, that they both worked in the sex industry and they would go to Vegas for that, which is where all this happened in Nevada. Now, before I go any further into it, let's check out the news clip. If you want to see the clip in full, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Well, Edie, this is the first time we're hearing from and seeing the former Stockton basketball player in court. This is the first time since his arrest after practice last Friday. Chance Comanche appeared in court today here at the Sacramento County Courthouse, and he told the judge he will go to Nevada to face those murder charges. Las Vegas police say this is what they call a murder execution, a murder plan that was executed with his ex-girlfriend.
Let's stand up on the. Now, so to be clear, this was his ex-girlfriend when the whole thing happened. They weren't even together when this transpired. So I don't know if there was any kind of money that exchanged hands or why he agreed to be involved in this plot. And he has confessed to this. So it's not even an allegation. He confessed to it.
Instead of the basketball court, former Stockton Kings player Chance Comanche found himself in a different court, a Sacramento County courtroom, accused of murder. Wearing a jail-issued orange jumpsuit, the 27-year-old waived his extradition to Nevada to face charges of murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
You see how big he is. He's 6'10", basketball player. He played, again, one game in the NBA, but he normally plays in the development league.
In the killing of 23-year-old Mariana Rogers, Comanche and 19-year-old Sakari Herndon are accused of planning Rogers' murder in early December. In the police arrest warrant, Comanche told detectives Herndon is an ex-girlfriend he met online a year and a half ago. In a confession to police, Comanche said he was texting the victim pretending to be a trick and wanting to meet up for sex. He said once in the car, Rogers agreed to have her hands zip-tied. He says he used an HDMI cord to strangle her, and Herndon joined in and used her hands, strangling the victim together.
Now, let's just pause right here. So I read a little bit more about this. They're not telling everything that happened. They're giving you kind of the Cliff Notes version. And it's going to be a little graphic, so please be warned. Now, again, Rogers, the victim here, and Herndon both worked as sex workers, and they would go to Vegas for that reason, according to what I read. Now, they lured the victim by saying, hey, okay, this guy wants to have rough sex for $1,000, and she agreed. And she agreed to be tied up because part of the whole rough sex part. And by the way, this is all happening inside of a vehicle, all in the car. So they have zip ties in the vehicle and they tie her up. And the young lady, the 19-year-old Sakari Herndon, comes from the back seat and straddles her on the lap. The guy, Comanche, wraps an HDMI cord around her neck, and the girl strangles the victim with her bare hands, and that's how she dies. Then they go off in the ditch somewhere and dump her in the ditch, and they cover her body with rocks. The guy says that he was using a towel or something to touch the rocks so his DNA wouldn't get on it. But one thing, a lot of these guys that do stuff like this, that take people's lives, that commit heinous actions, what they don't do is cover all their bases. Okay, there are a lot of ways that you can be caught after you commit a crime. The moral of the story, before I go any further, is don't commit crime, and this won't be a thing you got to worry about. Don't go, taking lives. Don't go doing things you shouldn't be doing. Keep your hands to yourself.
They put her body in a ditch in the desert outside of Las Vegas, covering her remains with rocks. The arrest warrant shows the pair tried to find someone else to kill Rogers first, even offering $3,000. In text messages from December 2nd, Harnden wanted updates throughout the day. He texted, "I told my dog the whole plan. He's just waiting to run it by them." He also wrote, "He already hit him, just waiting for them to hit back." And to clarify, Comanche texted, "So y'all want her chipped or just the expletive took?" Then he used a coffin emoji. He also texted he was trying to find a ghost gun using emojis. Detectives say no one responded, so the pair decided to kill Rogers themselves. Some supporters of Comanche attended the court hearing but didn't say anything. The confession that came out through court documents is pretty damning. Do you have anything to say about that?
We really have nothing to say. We're going to let the courts deal with it.
Okay.
We're going to deal with it. We're going to deal with it in Nevada. Thank you.
Well, also that police arrest warrant show that the pair actually texted each other before the game, with Harnden even wishing Comanche good luck in that game. Now, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police have 30 days to come here to the Sacramento County Jail to pick up Comanche to face those charges in Nevada. Reporting live in downtown Sacramento, Michelle Bandur, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, so the allegations here, just chilling when you hear them like that. So let's talk about motive.
Yeah, that's right, Golson. Also in that police arrest warrant, Comanche had told detectives that Harnden was upset with the victim because she says that the victim actually implicated Harden's ex-boyfriend in another double murder case here in California.
Okay,
Back
so
really, really crazy. So obviously, if that's going on, if the victim said that there was another murder happening, it probably did happen because they took her out. So maybe this is not her first rodeo. Maybe we got a whole serial killer on our hands. But there's a little bit more here. So the 19-year-old, the actual person that choked out the victim, Sakari Harnden, she was in court after this all happened for an unrelated charge, theft. She had 2 Rolex watches on her. Now, one of those watches might have belonged to the victim because remember, there was a history here, aside from what she said just now about the snitching or whatever, the quote unquote alleged snitching, which I don't think, if you're just a regular person and you tell, that's not snitching. But anyway, I digress. Aside from that, she had stolen a watch from the victim prior to this incident, and she had another watch on her. So we could be dealing with a serial killer, a serial robber, just an overall bad person. And then this 6'10" idiot, rather than just working on your basketball game, you 6'10" and you're athletic and you can jump, run. Why are you not in the league? Why are you, rather than working on your game, rather than getting money, rather than being focused on that, you out here trying to crash out for her? That's not even your girlfriend. It's bad enough if it's your wife, your girlfriend, or your, family member. That's bad enough. That's not excusable, but at least it makes more sense. You crashing out like this over your ex-girlfriend, you risking you losing your whole life, your livelihood, everything over that. You're taking an innocent life for her. Again, you shouldn't do that anyway for anybody. I don't care who it is. It could be Pope John Paul. I don't care who it is. Don't take innocent life, but good grief. I mean, you are a crash test dummy. You're done, and you deserve it. You're going to the penitentiary. You're not going to come home anymore. And your 19-year-old ex-girlfriend, you probably met when she was a minor, she's going to prison too. And I hope y'all right. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on this case? You got a former NBA player. Again, he played one game in the league, but he could have played a lot more. 27 years old and 6'10" and athletic. You play college ball, you play overseas, and you play in the G League. What's the holdup? Okay, you're worried about trying to do stupid stuff like this, trying to still be in the streets, trying to thug and drug. You're not going to be able to get to the next level. And now you won't have a chance anymore. So you could play basketball in Pelican Bay or wherever you're going to be locked up at. You could play ball there, but you won't play ball anymore out in the streets. And all over this girl for what? It's so dumb. And guys like this, I have no sympathy for. I only have sympathy for the victim. That's it. That's it, and that's all. And it's unfortunate she was involved in kind of a dangerous game. But that didn't mean she deserved to have her life taken away like that. Not at all. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.